Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. For this one. Take that. Guess you never remember. Streaming into the void, baby. Alright, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Streaming into the void. I am sorry about the audio quality on YouTube. I only have one microphone right now, so see. Hope you can hear me. Video app. I am sorry about the audio quality on YouTube. We are the beta. I think we are on the beta. Let's see. Yep, we are on the beta. It's so weird from I don't know why it doesn't like the streaming PC. It's got to be something I'm doing right. Like the streaming PC, it's got to be something. All right, let's slide over to Twitch. That's good. Testing Twitch 1 2. Testing Twitch 1 2. All right, cool. We're cooking. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get involved with. Twitch or is this? Oh wow, it is? I never thought it would look that good on Twitch, but here we are. That's right. All right, so now we can minimize this video. This inches. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. They've taken the guns away. It hasn't turned out well for them. All right, cool. So let's get cooking. Let's go to FS Hub. Oh wow, you can have both of them. Let's open a Switch one too. You know, you could do that. Sorry guys, I am very new to streaming. I show speed's always super popular. Jeez. Alright, so let's see what does not work. What did we fly yesterday? Let's go over to FS Hub and check out the new challenge. TNCN. Oh wow. Oh, we're going to Latin America. I don't mind if I do. Can we do it? We can do it at the Starship. Should do something a little faster. I'm just worried about it not having brakes. Let's see if the regular Learjet has brakes. I'm just gonna spawn in and see it. Oh, TNC. Let's just see departure. So we get dates on it run clear. See what happens. I wonder if it has. Ooh, has no brakes. No brakes. Just hydraulic pressure. Main brakes. Ooh, let's see what the old puppies do too. No brakes, right? Less brakes. Might have to go back to SU2. No, I mean, it's not fun to play with. You know what? I guess we can embarrass ourselves in the Airbus. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do the Starship. I'm so mad that I forgot to save the config file. Like I had differences in the engine and everything. Oh yeah, we do have to go back to SU2 because I don't think landing right monitor works with this one. Oh, it is. It's connected. Okay. All right. Color me surprised. All right. Maybe the auto launch feature just doesn't work. Let's do a Starship. Everybody flies. Everybody flies the Airbus. Should have crossed over there. Lifestyles right here. Then we're gonna make it daytime. Oh, it totally depends, man. It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, see, like this is running way better. Alright, so I know that for a fact the brakes work on this aircraft. Get rid of this. So Doug, it has not improved a ton. It's like something's got it. Let's get rid of this savage. It's too aggressive. Six. See. Now, we have no. Have this very taxing airport. Enthusiastic about the bringing something so we're getting there. So we are going from Princess Juliana to Simon Bolivar and Smiler Platinum. Yeah. Yes, I'll be there in 2 seconds. Gotta go check the did, make sure it's done for the children. There we go. Alright, now the troop moves are. Oh, we're on ground power. I think we can do a dual engine start. YouTube chat. Let's look at the YouTube chat. Alright, it's nobody. Two good lights. I just want to get her up in the air because I gotta go. Position. I am so worried. Oh, see, I knew that was gonna happen. Got this damn HDMI cable. I gotta reorganize all this. Tab, flight plan is gonna be go from CM, to SPM. Right? And we're gonna lazy man this. We'll just send that to the avionics. I'll just fly it as filed. Let's get her going, boys. Forgot our lights again. It's hot. This is so hot. Oh, Jesus. What's going on? The manually closed generator size, which shows no failures. Wait, how is the generator still not working? I think we somehow managed to mess up the whole aircraft. Good. 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 Just a regular old. Says nothing steady. Oh, oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Try. I'll probably roll back to the other beta. Something's going on in here. This happened a couple of days ago. How much RAM do I have? On this one I have 64. 60. Perfect. Yeah. Remembered all that. We're good to go. Got what else? No flux. That's it. Issue. No disagreement. They have the flight planner. See them. And we might do what I talk shit about the most, and it's who said hurry up and launch $8. There we go. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, then. Let's try this VR. And I'm sure the extra 20 RPM does. It's crazy how much faster on YouTube you guys see it. I forgot to fix my pedals. I forgot to fix my pedals. Last night I sent myself into a almost a power on stall condition. Which degrees, very breezy. Let's go. Become a takes amount, takes an engine power, to 70% an hour, and the aircraft should settle in nice. Good tries. Turn the autopilot. And I will be right back. And let's just get her up to 15,000 and make it daytime so we have stuff to look at. Daytime, daytime. Alright. It's freezing in this thing. Alright. Now we're finally playing with some. I will be right back, guys. Oh man, I would have loved to fall through this. We gotta figure out some of these graphical problems we're having. Right. We are back. Let's see. Nope, only bots. This much of this nonsense. Performance is not that good. Right. Sydney. That takes some of this. Oh, that's right. There we go. Let's see. I think we fixed it now. It's better. Not great. Okay. So, sorry about that, guys. I had to help drain out the. My parents are still here. Something in the smoker. My dad wanted to clean the grease trap tonight while it was screaming hot still. It was like, yeah, it was, he did briskets and, like pork, like, I think in America you guys call it pork, like the shoulder roast or whatever. And the briskets had to have to go in for a very long time. Like I, I'm almost compelled to say that he started them yesterday, and they weren't even like around 4 o'clock today. They started coming off. The first one came off really around. It was a tiny one that was like a flat. It's called a flat, and that one was done first. And then he didn't like the way the smoke ring looked on the whole brisket, so that one went for like another 2 hours. And he took another little test slice off of it. Saw the ring finally, and then it had a nice deep ring on the big part. Uh, so we did something a little different too, is we marinated it and did not trim the fat caps off till after. We just let it render out as much as possible. Well, this is probably the reason why I wanted to clean the grease trap because when you have four briskets, because it was about 29 people that fed, it was a lot of smoking. But I mean, I'm glad I built that smoker though because we get a lot of use out of it. Gotta do our about 10,000 checklists, pressurized cabins, about 7,000 feet. Oh man. Oh, you don't know what happened. I forgot. You also had your own health problems you were dealing with too. I'm so glad to see you. Oh man. I texted your mother the other day and she said you were doing all right. Because I only had her number and I had your dad's number, but I didn't know about that whole like if I contacted him would that fuck up anything for you guys, so I didn't. And but then I found your mom's phone number in my work phone actually, and I texted it. And I just said, "Hey, it's Mike, and one of your son's friends from the internet, and I knew he was dealing with some health issues, and I hadn't heard from him in a while, and I said, you know, it, that's why we weren't." That's mine. Yeah. I mean, I just I know what you had. Yeah. Yeah. Or I mean, not that you had you still dealing with it, but I know it's a lot better. So what happened to me is I got assigned on a ferry. I through GBS, and for whatever reason, I do not know why. It had like the old school like cone. We got chartered to move a a Gulfstream 4, and it had like the old style of face mask, like the really long cone style with the hose. And the hose went to like one of those capsules that generate oxygen or whatever. And for whatever reason, oh, it also has like a blower, to make like positive pressure in the mask. Um, and I turned it on, and there was fire retardant in in the system or whatever. I'm not a Gulfstream mechanic, so I can't explain how that mask system, but there was fire retardant that had made its way over from, uh, some engine fire. It was the planet was like a total restoration. So for whatever reason, I put it on and turned it on. Um, because I was like, yeah, I would. Um, oh, I thought that someone said. So, but yeah, I put it on, tested it, and it pushed a bunch of fire retardant into my face, up my nose. And like I didn't have problems for sorry, I was distracted because I'm also watching my son. He's very close to another computer that's on a coffee stand. And well, that one's being built. Really don't let children in this room, but my wife needs some time to her, not to herself, but it's like she's got family and friends over. Just kind of good on all that. Now I've been social all day. My battery's drained. But anyway, yeah, so I got fire retardant to the face, and uh, for a couple weeks I had no problems at all whatsoever. And I did get like a sore throat. Went to the hospital. Didn't fly the aircraft, anything like that. Went to the hospital. Um, and they basically neti potted me. They scoped me, and they ran like a bunch of blood work and stuff, and they had me like blow this little tube ball thing to see if like to see how many like cubic feet of air you could blow, and like they measured it. I was in there for 3 days. It was so boring too because it was in the Caribbean, and like, yeah, I mean, it was like the hot, and don't get me wrong, like I understand not every place is Western world, but yeah, it was very, very strange experience because like I'm like okay, like in my bed on just oxygen, and like the guy next to me, he wanted to talk, but he was attached to so much equipment. He told me to pull the curtain. There was just a curtain. There was four beds in the room, only two people in the room. Curtain. There was a guy on my right. He said, "Pull the curtain back," and like he had like tubes going into his chest, and I didn't ask him what was wrong, but he was able to speak. He, I know that he did mention that it's part of his problems, or it was really lifelong drinking habits. So you know, I know alcohol is it's not exactly a main for the body in huge quantities. I don't drink any alcohol at all myself. When I was younger, I smoked a little bit of weed. I had like my pothead years, and you know, that was pretty much done by like maybe 19 years old because all the jobs that I wanted to do were going to require drug testing and like it was hard to break myself because this is where a lot of my friends got was having to quit smoking weed and only I only have one childhood friend who works for our company. He was an actual pilot. We have a mechanic also, but he can't. He's on a medication that it allows him to function normally and stuff, but it's banned for aviation. Can't be on that as. Then again, I always like to think about the time that I jump seated on an Etihad flight, and the pilot, when they switched crews, uh, the guy ate like an Ambien, and I was like, oh Lord! And then he was also the landing crew. It was like a 14-hour flight or 12-hour flight. I'm sorry, I just got corrected. So, yeah, I have done some more research on it. Uh, Once again, I always like to preface this by saying I do not live in the United States. I live in the Cayman Islands. I don't fully understand the American political system, so take that for what it is. And yeah. Anyway, to keep a long story short, uh, it's very unfortunate what they did to that man. Right in front of his children and everything. Uh, as far as the celebration of it goes, I mean, you got to remember that a lot of that stuff is it's algorithm driven. So like, you could make one video that says you're happy about this man being killed or whatever, and you're just some nobody with a pink hair and a nose ring in your basement, and you say that, post it online, and then one person finds it and they share it, and it just goes viral from there. And yeah, so you can make very, very bold, and that's one of the big issues with the internet is no matter where you live in the world, there's whether there's free speech or not, there also is the lack of not getting punched in the face for saying, but not being able to back up what you're saying too. So, that's kind of where I'm at with the whole thing. No, it is not good, and you can see like I once you dig past like all the nonsense on the issue, like all the TikTok shorts, YouTube shorts, all that kind of stuff. Like there was genuine mourning of this man on both sides because you got to remember that there is like a big difference in between someone who's a conservative or somebody who's a liberal, or most of us I would say probably fall in the middle. I think the struggle is pretty universal amongst everybody who's not a billionaire. Even the millionaire lifestyle it's easier, but there's a certain level with the industry I work in, there is a certain level of wealth where it just doesn't matter. Like nothing matters. There's nothing like that. You can't. Uh, I don't know how I got here, but um, yeah, back to the whole Charlie Kirk thing. It is not good. But oh yeah, there's a difference between leftists and right. That's what I was saying. That our struggle is very common. Anyway, uh, like a leftist or a conservative or a liberal, like oftentimes, like they can be friends, they can be married, they can be in business relationships and stuff. They just see the world differently and they have different beliefs, and that's just kind of how it's always been. And the internet came along a few years ago, like in 2016 and 2014-ish, and told us around 2014 is when I started noticing a lot of the political stuff online. And then by 2016, that's when I think you guys had Donald Trump elected, right? It was in 2016. And, that the moment politics become interesting is the moment you should be scared. Because politics should never be interesting. But, yeah, so where do I fall on the political spectrum? Through the American lens, I would say I'm probably more liberal, in the sense that I believe a society as large as the United States and as prosperous as the United States, should do more to take care of its people. And there's going to be large, huge, huge, like what's coming next, and I'm not trying to be like a doomsday person, but like what comes next is, artificial intelligence slowly making humans irrelevant, and there'll be mass unemployment, civil unrest, and uh, that's what's coming next, and like it does, if they really cared about us, like I mean, even here in the Cayman Islands, like, our major city, and anywhere you go in the US or Europe or anywhere in the Western world, like the major cities, like some of them are pretty, but, a lot of them are filled with, unchecked migration, which is not good. There's no argument. I mean, I understand the whole, their life is so bad that this is their best option, but you cannot let that type of stuff happen just full tilt into your country, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah. Well, there's always going to be a lot of conspiracy with anything like this, especially like with. I know Charlie Kirk wasn't exactly a political or wasn't a politician, but he founded the company. What's it called? It was something Turning Points USA, which you know, they do give a lot of credit to for getting Trump elected a second time. And I didn't know this until I looked it up, but there's kind of like a four-way divide in the American political system right now, where you have um, or I guess you could say a three-way divide, where you have like a overwhelming amount of Americans who can't. It's like that South Park episode of like voting between like a turd sandwich or a shit or I don't remember what the two things were, but um, and then I know a lot of American liberals were very upset that they kind of just had their candidate switched. I mean, even if they weren't enthusiastic about Joe Biden, like they just like overnight, whoop whoop, they're like here's Kamala Harris instead, and like I don't know, like somebody with more knowledge on how the American political system works, I don't exactly understand how that was possible. Like, isn't there, don't you guys have like primaries and like I know there's not just like it's not like pulling names out of a hat, and that's kind of what it feels like. So, you marginalized all your Democrats, you marginalized all your Republicans with the lack of promises of the Trump administration. The whole Epstein thing, like that is, I think, opened up the eyes of a lot of people because he ran on releasing the files, and he doesn't want to now. I mean, you got to remember, it's not that we know he went there. Like we know he went there, but the list of people who did go, there's a probably easier to compile a list of people who didn't go to the island, and that are world leaders right now. It was a pretty big widespread problem. Joe, what's up? Hold on, sorry, I need to grab my water. How are you this evening, sir? How's the computer coming along? Did you happen to get a package today? Well, you might want to go see, ask your wife. You might got a package I'm looking at. Looks like it got delivered today. The issue with, I don't think you can do both. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. So it is working. Yeah, it is. It is interesting. And so I don't know why, but this streaming PC has a Core i7 700K. It's whichever one has the integrated GPU. And then, because this was originally my wife's editing PC. Bring my phone in. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. This is a popular video card because you are probably like, I don't stream a lot, so this is saying a lot, but you are probably like the 10th person who asked me what to upgrade to from that card. What kind of CPU you got? Oh, I love this approach. Live VR. Oh, why? Well, this simulates the curvature of the Earth to a certain degree. So, yes, in real life, you would have, for example, if you had like a digital, you would get the you might be able to identify the station, even a low power station, in the right conditions, 200 miles away, if there's no like frequencies. You would pick up the identifier most of the time. It also depends on how high up you are, too. At 25,000 feet, like, I mean, you could see, like, I always like, if you haven't noticed, the higher up you go, the horizon kind of comes closer and closer to the nose of the aircraft, which means we can see the radio waves bouncing off the atmosphere a little better the higher we go, or we might be high enough to where the ground is actually in our like parabola, if that makes sense. So if we were higher, it may actually pick up the station if it's supposed to be simulated accurately. I mean, we're already picking it up at in real life, 190 miles, this would be a very bouncy needle, and as we can see, it is a pretty bouncy needle right now. Um, Supposedly, the prop heat or something, one of the one of something's supposed to interfere with process. Oh, okay, so you have a 3060 and a 12500. 12500H. That's a mobile seat. Are you gaming on a laptop? Oh, okay. No, I'm actually familiar. It's like it's like a all-in-one. It's like a mobile CPU motherboard. Like it can take sometimes full size memory. Sometimes it takes the little laptop RAM. It's just like yeah, they'll have like a full-size PCI Express slot on it. Yeah, I know they're used for like AI things. There's one that my friend has that the CPU is relatively lackluster. But it has a lot of PC. It's an AMD CPU, but it has a ton of PCI Express lanes, and it's the same thing. It's just it has four. It can run four PCI Express 4 at full speed, 16x or whatever, 8x, 16x. I don't remember. And then they have like a proprietary link so they can talk to the other boards of the same manufacturer. I wonder if Yeah, I'm sorry. It's funny, I got it mixed around today, so I only have one microphone right now. And uh I'm trying the multi-stream. I have a whole streaming PC set up here, but for some reason when I try to simulcast with Twitch at the same time, it's like it just drops frames like crazy. And if I do it by itself, it drops frames like crazy. And it happened with both cards. I ended up opening up that 4070 that we were gonna modify, and same thing. Yeah, I mean after this, I'm gonna go back to SU2. I got Twitch traffic. Let's see. It's always bots. This is the starship. Oh, turn that prop RPM back down. Probably actually go with front with the ITC. Gonna put out a big question. Oh yeah, it's hot. Throw the free inertial separator over there. That actually doesn't affect temperature as much as you think it will. Just reduces airflow. Yeah, we're gonna get there with two full tanks of gas. I mean, this aircraft was invented during a time where, like, I would imagine turboprops were cheaper I mean, at least in theory, were cheaper to manufacture. But then this aircraft used a lot of building practices back in the 1980s that we now use just today on like aircraft like the A350 and the 787. Like a lot of these technologies didn't even come into effect until the last 15 years. So it was super ahead of its time. Uh, and then Raytheon abandoned the project, which then left the Beechcraft to kind of figure it out by themselves. And Burt Rutan, who made like the Varys and that other uh pusher style aircraft. This configuration, I mean, it's good. It comes with some natural perks, like you don't ever have to really worry about icing on the props because, out here they're spinning so fast it's going to throw ice off, and where it's going to accumulate, you have exhaust, so there's that. And I always wondered if there was any, like, issue to that. Like, we're obviously not in icy conditions right now, but, like, what if this was real life and, like, we were stuck at, like, 9,000 feet for a large part of our flight? Then like, does that heat affect these, you know, over time, or are they spinning fast enough to cool themselves off? I don't know. It is currently, oh, 600 euro. Outside temperature. Yeah, something is killing my brain right now. I have a feeling it's auto FPS. Super, like, seven instead. Oh yeah, I've got 400. So, object level detail just uses same. Let's see. So, oh, yeah. Well, maybe let's let it settle in for a second. Let's see. It's hard to tell because it's like Sega. So I wonder if that would be. I don't know. There, I was talking to somebody about the differences between the two parts, and I don't remember. There is a ton of difference, and then there's also not a ton of difference. Well, we'll mute these for now. It's all right. It's something I gotta play with more and tinker with more. There's something I'm not doing right. Cause I get this like I want I don't know, you have to like force HDR and even the colors are messed. I just realized the colors are messed up. They're- Oh, maybe they're not. It's just going to right at the same time. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it makes everybody feel really gross. I mean, you got a valid point. It does show to like a greater fracturing of society, right? I guess you could say. Charlie is a Nazi. So I know you're anti-Chinese. No, I'm pro-reality. Okay. If you were pro-reality, let me tell you the story that explains this something. Let me guess, all the Nazis were against trans people too, but that means to be a Nazi. Yeah, you mean the wait, hold on. I mean all of the Nazis that that was the first wait, hold on. That was people just like Donald Trump, the first people the Nazis went after were trans people and immigrants. And you fail to see the parallels with that. Dude, dog. I do have a dog. So, are you a Nazi? Oh my goodness. You have a dog and so did Hitler. I can't believe it. Hitler had a dog. You have a dog. You're a Nazi. Oh my God. Do you have short hair? You must be a Nazi. Well, let's elevate our discussion above personal insults. Let's try to, you see, the left can. Yeah, it's pretty fast playing. A dramatic scene at Manchester Airport. An EasyJet plane was struck by a tow vehicle, damaging its nose gear just before departure. The Airbus A320 was set to fly at EasyY 2029 to Lanzarote on Saturday morning. Let's ask people about their. You ever wondered what the oldest is that we've ever discovered? Well, if you haven't, you're definitely wondering it now, so let's talk about it. Maybe it's a. I'm standing here now, a biological male, wearing a dress with a pair of leggings. Do you sincerely believe that I should be subject to punitive justice on the basis of what I'm wearing? And if so, are you willing to turn yourself in for wearing women's panties in your gay college film? Well, I'll take those questions in order, I guess. The first one, I would encourage you to behave as a man.
is what I do, because you are a man. You might hate me for telling you the truth, but I think the truth will set you free. And further, massive reading as an organ doesn't break up the legitimate rights of other people. Rights of women to have their own bathrooms, the rights of to have their own sports leagues, and the like. As to that Yale thesis film, this thing dogs me. Never a transvestite sexual or anything, but I was something suspect. I'm a professional actor. I played 200 roles. I've estimated my acting career. But you play one half gay guy in a Yale thesis film one time. It's all anybody wants to talk about. Standing here now, a biological man. All the cops won't want it.
To be the airport on 2 hour ride. There. Maybe this is see what's happening. Got a failure on arrival. Oh, it's prop governor. You know, so we are gonna have to throw some shrimp into this way to get it down. So at this point, I'm wondering if it's better. Make sure let's leave it. It's gonna go pretty fast on it. Yeah, I mean, with the engine so narrow to the fuselage, or so close to each other, it's not as bad. Now, like, on like a modern day King Air or Beechcraft product, with the exception of the Baron, actually, the Baron may even have it now. I'm not sure, but um, there is the make sure props is W clouds around the way. There, switch over to on and they will roughly they kind of straighten power. Three times zero. And probably give it that at least don't overheat our only generator. It's gonna be crazy how, with one engine, this thing can still go so fast. Just gonna make sure we're not pushing it soon. That's shuffle. Is it really? What to do? It's always get an issue. So shutting those systems down. Interesting. Yeah, there's no yaw damper, Looking down during an in-flight emergency. I'm gonna get it. No problem. This carpet. It's feather. Yeah, so I mean, if uh, hey, you know, guess it's had two engines for a reason. Tell you what, I am definitely getting rid of this capture card setup because I don't like it. No, I'll play with it some more tomorrow and figure it out. For anybody who stopped by, I surely appreciate it. I very new to this streaming thing, and I'm trying the two PC setup to mix results. It looks like we streamed to YouTube Shorts successfully for the first time, so sorry about the audio quality on YouTube. Normally I have two microphones, but normally this time I only have one. So, yeah, hey, y'all have a good rest of your night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world, and maybe I'll get on later. Peace.